It is my honor to do the honors. And this is to recognize Councilmember Julie Palakovich Carr as a dedicated public servant to the City of Rockville. Whereas, Julie Palakovich Carr, a dedicated public servant, has been a council member for the City of Rockville since 2013, and whereas, the citizens and employees do hereby express their sincere admiration, appreciation, and gratitude to Julie Palakovich Carr for her unwavering commitment and dedication to the City of Rockville, and whereas, Julie Palakovich Carr worked diligently to advance public safety, advocating for Vision Zero and the fostering community trust legislation, and whereas Julie Palakovich Carr always led by example, displaying determination, respect, and compassion, and whereas Julie Palakovich Carr, in addition to her service as a council member, worked diligently on the city's Environment Commission and chaired the Adequate Public Facilities Ordinance Review Committee, and whereas Julie Palakovich Carr will continue to serve the Rockville community in her role in the state legislature as District 17 delegate. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the City of Rockville, on behalf of the residents and employees, do hereby recognize Julie Palakovich Carr's devoted service and extend this resolution of grateful appreciation for her contributions to the City of Rockville. And I move the proclamation.
I'll second it. Been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please raise your hand.
Everybody, yes.
Yeah, everybody. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Here you go.
Well, thank you everyone for the lovely plaque and for the reception beforehand. And as I shared with the folks who came earlier for the reception, I get the privilege of getting to give two farewell speeches this evening. So if you were here earlier, don't worry, it's a different one this time. So as I think back over the past 5 years, I owe thanks to a lot of people. First and foremost to Rockville's residents. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent you. I've met thousands of you when I knocked on your doors and many others through the policymaking process. Please know that even though I'm moving on to a new role as one of your state legislators, I will still be just as accessible as I have been as a city council member. And I look forward to seeing you in my new office in Annapolis, to reading your emails, and to seeing you around District 17. My service to the city and now to the state would not have been possible without the unwavering support of my husband. Eric, you've been in my corner since I first thought about running for office. And over the years, you've knocked tons of doors for my campaigns, at times did more than your fair share of childcare, put up with my stress and anxiety, and stepped up in countless other ways. Thank you. And to Bradford. I know it's been hard to have to share your mommy with a lot of other people, but you're always in my heart, even when I'm not with you. To city staff, Rockville is a well-run municipality, so thankfully much of what elected officials do is tinker around the margins to make improvements. Rob DeSpirito, Deborah Daniel, Sarah Taylor Farrell, thank you for your sound advice, constructive criticism, due diligence, and incredible work ethics. The city and this body is lucky to have each one of you. There are many other city employees to praise. Asmara, Bob, Carlos, Cindy, the other Cindy, Chris, Colleen, Craig, David, Dean, Elliot, Ahmad, Erica, Gavin, Heather, Harmon, Janet, Jenny, Jim, Jody, Judy, Karen, Linda, Louise, Mark, Mary Lou, Nicholas, Oleg, Ricky, Sheila, Stacy, Tim, Vic, and many, many others. Thank you. You've all been incredibly responsive to my multitude of questions over the years. And while most of you will probably be sighing relief to not get any more emails from me over the weekends, I'm sorry to say that Linda and Louise won't be rid of me in my new role. To everyone who serves on a board, commission, or task force, thank you for serving the city. Your role is an important one, although it may seem at times like you are overlooked. But every elected official, as well as city staff, values your thoughtful input into city policymaking. To my elected colleagues, I trust and know that you will find an accomplished, qualified, and thoughtful person to fill my seat. It'd be great if it was another millennial, just saying. And I also have some unsolicited advice to the person who is ultimately selected to fill my seat for the remainder of my term, which goes through November of this year. First, city staff are the city's best asset. Trust them, ask them questions, confide in them. They are a resource here to serve you and the residents, and they do an incredible job. Second, you're going to be responsible for a budget of $136 million. The money isn't yours, it's the taxpayers. Make sure you treat it that way. And third, you're here to make decisions on behalf of the entire city, and that's not always an easy or clear task. To do this job well, you have to ask a lot of questions, thoughtfully analyze data, look to best practices in other jurisdictions, and be willing to consider alternatives. Being an elected official is not always about making the most popular choice. You're here to make decisions that are in the best interest of Rockville, even if that isn't the politically expedient option. And to everyone in this room and throughout our community, I look forward to continuing to work with you and for you. Thank you.
We are, yeah. Oh, the video. Sorry.
I decided to run for city council because I really cared about our community and felt like Rockville is a great place to live, work, and play. I, Julie Palakovich Carr,
Do affirm that I will
do affirm that I will
support the Constitution of the United States
affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and I will bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and will support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Councilmember of the City of Rockville
execute the office of Councilmember of the City of Rockville
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
according to the Constitution and laws of this state.
Congratulations. Thanks.
I'm very excited and very happy that today has finally come. It was a long campaign, but now the real work begins, and I'm very much looking forward to serving the people of Rockville. I'm happy to be hosting this meeting tonight to get some feedback from the community about people's thoughts about pets and animals in Rockville. I think it's something really near and dear to people's hearts, you know, the animals that they share their lives with, and it also can have a big impact on their neighbors.
Basically, this ordinance would put into law our existing practices. So it wouldn't actually change what our police are doing now, but it would just make it very clear. We would have it in writing, it'd be transparent, so that everyone in the community actually knows this is what our police do and don't do, and so that our officers have that clear guidance of what it is they should be doing. We can all agree that Rockville is a very special place. That's why my husband and I chose to make it our home. We've put down roots in the community and look forward to raising children here.
I just said to Julie, oh my gosh, remember when we did that? We did a promo bike thing and getting across the bridge and who went first and not at the same time. And it just brings back all the memories. So we will miss you, but thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah.